Hey guys, so the first recipe that we're going to try is overnight oats, and the recipe that I saw online just said to put 1 part oats, 1 part milk, and then you can put whatever else in it. So that could be cacao nibs, chia seeds, cocoa powder, flax seeds, nuts, fruit. So I'm gonna start with the base, which I'm gonna do, I think, half cup, because I think 1 cup is a lot. Here's my oats. There's like barely anything left, but this should be enough. Then I'm gonna do half cup of milk. I'm using almond milk because I think I'm lactose to some extent. So a half cup of milk is going in. It kind of looks like thick already. I'm also gonna put some chia seeds. I put 1 teaspoon. I'm gonna put some cacao nibs, and then you're gonna mix it so that everything is nice and even. And then tomorrow, after I leave this in the refrigerator overnight, it should be good. And then I will add additional fruits or stuff to this. Okay, so it's the next day. My overnight oats are here. They're kind of very gelatinous, very thick. As you can see, it doesn't move. Anyways, I was gonna put some medjool date in here. It comes in this huge tub, and basically I'm just gonna take one and deep hit it. They're actually pretty easy, and these are really sweet. They mimic the taste of caramel or caramel. This is the pit. I just throw this out because you can't eat that. And then I'm just gonna cut the date into smaller pieces. The reason why I'm doing this is because it's a more natural way to get sugar rather than putting like brown sugar. The only reason why I'm putting 1 is because it is very high in carbohydrates. Like, actually 2 dates is 36 grams of carbs, which is a lot. And then I think the last thing I'm gonna put in is some almond butter. I'll just take a small scoop. I know it kind of looks like it's very little, but I'm not even that hungry this morning, so I don't need that much. I'm gonna give it a try now. Try to get like a little bit of the almond butter and the dates. I don't know how I feel about the texture of the oats. Let me just try the oat part. It's not bad, but I think I would have to get oats that are either like thicker or grittier, because the ones that I have kind of like, there's still a little bit of texture, but it's kind of like almost like they were dissolved. It's not bad. I might make this in the future if I was like really lazy and I didn't know what to eat, but it's not my favorite. Good morning, guys. I cut my hair, if you couldn't tell. It was super long last time, and it was getting way too hot for the summer, and then it'll eventually grow back for the winter, so it'll be okay. Today I want to make the second recipe that I guess I want to try out. So it's going to be a homemade flatbread pizza. So the things that I will need are yeast, sugar, water, flour, olive oil, and salt, which I have, and I have mozzarella. So I'm gonna get everything ready, and then we'll see how it goes from there. This is honestly such a weird angle, but it's the best I can do. I have the yeast here. You can't really see it without me pouring out the whole thing. So just believe me that I have the yeast and the sugar in here in the warm water, and it's been sitting for 5 minutes. So I'm gonna put it into the KitchenAid with 2 cups of flour, I think. And then also I have to put olive oil and salt. Okay, so this is what the dough looks like right now. It did say to take it out and knead it by hand, so I'm gonna try that. I've put some Italian seasoning and garlic powder so that it has a little bit more taste. This is what it looks like. I'm going to put it into a small bowl, but first I'm going to drizzle some olive oil in it so that it doesn't become dry. There Here's the pizza dough, and then I'm gonna cover it. I think it's weird that I'm talking to you guys and you can't even see me. I'm only supposed to let it sit for 45 minutes, so we're just gonna check on it real quick. Oh my gosh, it's coming out. Okay, so I'm gonna use a baking pan and this silicone baking mat because I can't be bothered to get parchment paper. But it says to punch the dough down to release any air. Divide down 2 on a lightly floured surface with our hands, working the dripping instructions until it's 1/4 inch thick. Okay, so I need extra flour again. It says to punch it down, like it's already so tall and out of the bowl. Like, where am I gonna punch it? Look at that hole. Oh, it smells really good, to be honest. I'm just gonna get some flour first onto my hand. Oh, love that I got flour on my shirt. Oh, I got it again. I thought I put too much garlic powder because when I tried to sprinkle it, it kind of went everywhere. But it looks decent and it doesn't smell too pungent. So I think it's okay. Oh, and then also they said like you don't have to care about the shape of the pizza because it's flatbread. So the 2 varieties that I think I'm gonna make, I'm gonna try to make a margarita one. And then I'm also going to try to make a pesto one. So here's my dough. It says to poke your fingers in it so that air bubbles don't come out. Okay, so I've poked it. Oh my goodness, Brittany. So it turns out I don't have tomato, so I can't exactly make margarita pizza, but I do have like the log of mozzarella, so we're gonna use that. I've got pizza sauce, marinara, no, some sort of sauce. It's literally pasta sauce, but I use it for pizza all the time. Then I've got this, which is the mozzarella log. I have Parmesan, which I will grate, and then I also have pesto. So one's gonna be this, one's gonna be pesto, and I'm just gonna put both cheeses on. Here's the base. I've got the red side and the green side. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now I'm gonna grab the Parmesan cheese and just grate some on top. This is a pan over of the pizza. This is the pasta sauce one. This is the pesto one. I was going to bake it in this oven, but if you live in an Asian household, you already know that this is such a struggle. Guys, I took the pizza out of the oven. I guess my oven's just super powerful or something because it burned. I think it's mostly like the sides that were burned. If I lift the pizza and I look at the bottom, it's not that burned. So like technically I could still eat it. So I'm just gonna show you, but be prepared. That's what it looks like. It doesn't look bad. Like it actually looks pretty good. So I'm excited to try it, but like I just wish it was not so dark. Let me just get the pizza cutter. Where is it? Maybe it's in the dishwasher. Even though it's almost 1:30, I made myself a matcha. I think I'm gonna go for the regular one first. It's like piping hot, so I don't know if I should eat this because it honestly might burn me, but I'm kind of hungry. Oh, she's cold. Okay, so here's my verdict. For the pizza that was with the pasta sauce, I definitely think we could do some more salt, just because there's not really that much taste there. The crust is very light, so it's not heavy. So if you like that, you can definitely try out this recipe. And now we are going to try the pesto one. This one I think will have a little bit more flavor because of the pesto. So this one has a little bit more flavor because of the pesto. Again, I would say I need some more salt. Personally, I would consider this a success because I really liked it. It wasn't too hard to make and didn't take forever, maybe like a couple of hours, but you could always make the dough beforehand and then just do the toppings the day of. I would definitely eat this again, so this was a good recipe to try. Hey guys. So today I'm going to be doing my last recipe that I want to try. It's going to be something for a dinner meal. So the first thing I did was breakfast, then I did lunch, and now I'm doing dinner, but it's not like a whole entree. The thing that I wanted to try was pumpkin butternut squash soup with coconut milk. This recipe is actually really easy because all you really need to do is put the pumpkin and the butternut squash, like once it's all boiled, into a blender, and then just blend it and it becomes this soup. So it's pretty easy, and also because we're in a heat wave right now, it's just something that doesn't take that much time standing over the stove and constantly watching. They basically just use onion, butternut squash, pumpkin. They put an apple, which I've never heard of before, but I guess that could work. Vegetable broth, coconut milk, turmeric, ginger, and salt and pepper. Let's go to the kitchen. I'm so tired. The ingredients that you're gonna need: pumpkin. I have two. I'm not really sure what they're called. They're like kombucha, something like that. I'm gonna use a yellow onion. I have a tiny butternut squash and coconut milk. And I don't think I have chicken broth, so I'm just going to use salt and pepper and all the other spices, and I think it should be okay. First, I have to cut the pumpkin. I remember I tried to cut this once before and I almost cut off my hand. So if you're gonna attempt this, please be careful. So because these squashes are super duper hard, I have to use a cleaver or this huge knife. So just be careful if you're using this. So I put the water underneath and I've lined up all the pumpkins. This is the butternut squash. And I'm just gonna put them on top. So the update is the squash and the pumpkin are all boiled now. The onions and apples are all sauteed. I'm going to let everything cool first. You'll know that it's done if you try to poke through it and it goes through, no issue. So we know that the squash is done, and then for the pumpkins, the same thing. Okay, so I just scraped out all of the pumpkin, so it's in the blender now. I have to do it in batches because I didn't even get to put the butternut squash in or the onions and the apples. So I'm going to blend the pumpkin first with some of the pumpkin liquid water because you need some liquid while you blend. So I think I'm gonna do that first, and then I'm gonna slowly put in the other ingredients. And then the very end, that's when I'll put all the spices in, the salt, pepper, and the coconut milk. So I've got my huge red pot here. I've got all my seasonings on the side. So I'm going to start with the turmeric. I'm going to just eyeball everything because this is a huge pot of soup, and I'm just gonna put whatever I think it needs and then taste it afterward. And then if I need to add extra, I'll do that. And then I'm gonna put some ground ginger. This is always so hard to come out. And then we're gonna do some pepper and then some salt. And then lastly, I have a can of coconut milk. I think I'm only gonna add like half or 3/4. I'm just gonna put it onto the stove and let it heat up, and then mix up all of the coconut milk, and then after that it is done. I just tried the soup. I think the flavor is good, but there's hope of the apple, I guess, or the onions, so it's not as smooth as it was before when I had just made the pumpkin puree soup. But it's a nice addition. It does make it a little bit sweeter, so it's not like terrible, but I would probably just go with my previous recipe and just use pumpkin because it just gave it a more smoother texture. Hey guys, so I am in the car right now. I just wanted to film the outro for my video because I am going to be super busy this week, so I might as well do it now when I have the free time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and just seeing me try a bunch of recipes. I usually don't get to do it that much because my mom cooks a lot at home. Most of the time it's just me eating the same things. I'm going to end this
this video here. If you guys liked it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and let me know what else you would like to see. For the month of July, I haven't told you guys yet, but I will be working, so I'm going to try to upload every week like I've said, but I'm not sure if that's gonna work out, but I will try, and that's about it. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!